What's up everybody, Extramillion here once again with Totally Sick Resident Evil Edition, and this is the final episode where we will be trekking through the Umbrella Labs. Our only real goal here is to escape to the surface and signal pilot Brad Vickers on the helipad. Get him to come rescue us. I mean, it's the least that asshole could do since he's the one who left us here in the first place. Luckily, he gets his comeuppance by being killed by Nemesis in Resident Evil 3, where he then turns into a zombie and you can kill him again in Resident Evil 2. Unfortunately, most of the zombies in this area are very difficult to dodge because the hallways are incredibly narrow. This room has a computer that we can access, and it'll allow us to unlock certain rooms. By already knowing all of the passwords beforehand, we basically skip like 90% of this entire area. The password that's starred there, that's 3 letters, is Ada, named for the femme fatale Ada Wong that's in several games. She was introduced in Resident Evil 2. So we're done with the computer, and then we'll head back upstairs so we can grab a key that we need. This laboratory area has a few unique zombie models, like some of these, like that zombie has glasses, or in some of the areas there are zombies that are completely naked. These 3 zombies that are in this area have a unique starting position depending on what door you actually enter the area from. Since we know the code beforehand, we can just run right into this room and pick up the master control key. The area that the key is in, this little area with all the TV monitors, actually contains a secret. If, at the beginning of the game, you go over to Kenneth Sullivan's body, he's the guy who was being munched on by the zombie that I used in the intro. If you find his body in the mansion and search it, he has a videotape on it. And if you go into that room with the videotape, you can actually play the tape and see what was on it, which is basically just him wandering around the mansion after the helicopter crash in the beginning of the game, and then getting attacked by the zombie. This area, with all this machinery, is host to one of those enemies. This is the only area that they appear in. Those are known as Chimera. They're a BOW similar to the Hunters, although they were never mass-produced on such a scale. They are a result of human and fly DNA being merged together, whereas the Hunters are reptilian human DNA. One interesting thing to note, or well, I guess not really interesting, but more like horrifying, is that in order to make all of these creatures, Umbrella had to impregnate females, test subjects with them. So, if you can imagine a human woman somewhere out there birthing one of those disgusting creatures. What we picked up in the Chimera area was a little tube that we will fill with a explosive gel, which for some reason powers the area. So the fuel is very volatile. It says that running will set it off, but you can actually do short little burst runs to make it through the area so that you don't have to walk the whole way. You just can't hold the button down. So now we'll make our way back towards the area that has the Chimera in it, and we'll place the fuel rod, and then we'll have to run through it a little bit and activate the generator that powers the elevator that's here. Seems to be all we do in this game, is activate the power to activate some sort of elevator. Also, for some reason, you can take any other sort of shock. As you can see there, I get hit and the explosive doesn't go off, but running, of course, is out of the question. Even if we weren't using just the knife, the Chimera in this area are not worth fighting because there's an infinite number of them that just pop out of all the little vents. So it's best just to run by them. Once we activate this elevator, we can go down and fight the boss of this area, the Tyrant. More specifically, the Tyrant T002 model. It was created as the ultimate perfection of the Tyrant, or T-Virus, that was created by William Birkin, who's you may know from Resident Evil 2, and with the help of James Marcus, who was the co-founder of Umbrella. I decided to save my game here just in case I lost against the Tyrant, because he's the only part that I hadn't really practiced of this area. Now you'll notice that I have a ton of healing items with me, and you don't really need them all because he's actually a really easy fight. I just brought them just in case I get attacked by zombies on my way out of this area. The trick to fighting him is the same as fighting the Crimson Head, only you just do it slower. It's what's known as the Dizzy Zombie method, where you just run past him, slash, then run past him again, and keep slashing, and you just keep doing that. Obviously try to run on the side of him that doesn't have the giant claw arm. Which, as you can see, I've already failed to take my own advice. So, yeah, for the final boss of the game, not too tough. A couple more swipes and he should be dead. So we'll pick the key off Wesker's dead body, and then we'll just take off out of this area. And that's pretty much it. All we have to do is just make it to the helipad. Now this game does actually have multiple endings depending on how many of the characters, how many of your partners you have left alive. For Jill, it would be having Barry alive and then having Chris alive. Now your partner, you pretty much have to rescue, but in the case of the other player character, they are actually being held down in a jail cell in this laboratory area, and you can either choose to rescue them or not. Now, because we're playing as Chris, we choose not to rescue Jill, so she's going to stay locked in the mansion forever. And Rebecca is dead because we chose not to rescue her from the hunter. And because of this, we will actually not have to fight the final boss fight on the helipad. If you actually choose to try to get the best ending, you have to fight the Tyrant again, only this time he's much quicker. He can do like a dash and swipe at you, and he actually has an instant kill attack where he'll pick you up and just impale you. But since we didn't rescue anyone and only are concerned with ourselves, we basically end the game much quicker than you normally would have to and just skip that boss fight. So that is actually all for this game, so we beat it with knife only. Be sure to watch through the little CG ending here to see what my time was. And that's all for this, and thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.